What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out XRP. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So on a side note, make sure to stick to the end. We're going to be checking out some Bitcoin dominance, and I know fear is circulating, but I'm kind of getting excited. I know it's weird, but overall, I think we're in a good spot. So XRP, XLM, look very strong relative to other cryptos, right? They are posturing to lead the market once again, right? They did it in last year. I think these two assets, especially XRP, I think XRP is going to lead the way, along with XLM. So we have this, we're on the weekly. I did readjust the trend lines. It wasn't that they weren't matching up. I just wanted to get a glimpse of just the structure of the oscillation. I just wanted to see what it looks like relative to XLM, and they look identical, right? I mean, they do. They look identical, right? You have your fake out, you have your liquidity grabs below. So I do like capturing fake outs, right? I really do, because this market is full of them. I try to get the median. I try to get the meat of what the price action is doing, right? And so overall, right, you have this breakout where you break out into it, right? You have your one touch, you have your A, you have your B, you have your C, you have your D, you have your E, and you've come down again, right? And these are the areas where you bounce, right? You don't bounce up here. This is not where you bounce. It's just, if this is inverted, right? You don't You don't bounce from up here. Or sorry, you don't bounce from down here to the upside, right? You don't just go like that. No, you reject, right? You come up through here, reject, and then you go, right? Same thing with Bitcoin dominance, same thing with stablecoin dominance, right? So this thing is just slowly moving down, right? For us, and this right now it's moving up. But we're expecting something to reject from up in this area. This is where we're expecting rejection, and a violent move to catch a lot of people out off guard. We've had 228 for a very long time, and we've had 205 for a very long time. Right? The last 2 weeks has been prevalent. Right? We got to 206, and so far we've got to 222. Right? Trying to close above this 228 level. We're really trying to close above this level. Right, you'd like to get above the 50, right? You'd like to get above the 50, which is at 234. But everything, talking about everything relative to XLM, XRP is a lot stronger, right? XLM's at the 100. Where's XRP? It's at the 50, right? So if this came all the way back down to $1.61, that's not great, right? That's not great. So the lowest I really want to see XRP is 205. That's the lowest. And not even a close down through there, just another wick. And then go. But overall, there is a lot of good information coming in right here through here. Let me get rid of that. So this is the Fu Manchu. If you don't know, you can get it for free. Right, Fu Manchu. It's essentially it's a version of the MACD. It shows bullish, bearish divergence. Right, it has your momentum, it has your stochastics, and it has areas of interest to buy, and then areas of interest to sell, right? Overall, right, what we have right here is we have bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu, just like XLM. We got lower lows on the Fu Manchu. We got higher lows. Closing, right? We're talking about some closings. Okay, so higher lows. What do we got through here? Same concept, lower lows on RSI on the weekly. Higher lows on the weekly. This is on the weekly too. So when people say, the macro is bearish, like what are we talking about here? Are we talking about we're bearish because we've been in a C wave, we've been in a corrective fourth wave for a long time, right? If this is an overshooting B wave, right, for 287 days, you've technically been in a correction. Yeah, people are probably pissed, right? Because you got your A, your B, your C. People are pissed off. People have lost a lot of money, and they take it out on people who are still optimistic, right? Who still are showing structure. right? We had bearish divergence through here, and what have we done? We've cleared our bearish divergence, right? Where was our bearish divergence on the weekly? Where did it open and where did it close? Closed at 220. What have we come down to? We've already come down. We've already come down below that. We've already come down below that. We've already cleared it out. We're good to go on that. You know, and you're building bullish divergence on, you know, two separate charts. You're at the 0 almost. You're at the 4 for your stochastic. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, right? I can tell you something right here though. Right? So you got through here. Where are we? Right through here, right? Right here you kind of have, you know, you kind of got some kind of bullish divergence. Right? You got lower lows on the RSI. And then through here, no, that's not. Is that? That's like, let me see. I gotta zoom in. I gotta zoom in for this one. Close at 52.29. Close at 51. It is not. It is not. It is not bullish divergence right through there. So you didn't even have bullish divergence through there, and it still led to this. Right. So we're getting some strong. We're getting some strong divergences on the macro. Right. That's leading me to believe that, hey, you know, something big is coming, and a lot of people are not going to be. They're going to be caught off guard. Right. They really are. You know, in terms of the overall, you know, the sell side wall and just the RSI on the daily, right? You've gone down. You're kind of going sideways now. You're not really doing much, right? You're just kind of chopping around. You're not going up. You're not going down, right? You're just going up, going down, going up, probably coming back down, going up, right? You're just going sideways as the price goes down. So you're maintaining strength. Right, you're maintaining strength. The price is dropping though, but you're maintaining strength, which is, you know, overall it's I think it's good, right? Because you're getting higher lows. Sorry, my sometimes my chicken scratch is great. Most of the time it's terrible. Right, so you got higher lows on RSI. Pardon me. Higher lows on RSI, and you got lower lows on price on the daily. You're building bullish momentum. You're building bullish divergence. You have bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu. You had bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu before you took off. Right? You did. You had bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu. And so, you know, if you're still in XRP, if you're still in XLM, if you're still in altcoins, right? These are the things that you want to see, right? You want to see, you know, bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu. Bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu, you know, going down and then kind of just going sideways and then go. All right, so we're going sideways right now. We're going sideways right now. We haven't really done much in terms of RSI levels. We have kept projecting this 52.94 area. I mean, we've done it. I mean, at least over the last week, we've done it twice. So, you know, on this next wave up, if we get above it, I'm going to be, you know, it's going to be on the edge of your seat, because that could be the move. The last time, right, this last move that we had, what were we doing with it? We at least rejected it twice. All right, let me come out through here. We did this. We came up, reject. I mean, you rejected it a couple times down through here. Right, and then, but once you got above it, right, once you got above it, you're like, okay, we're building something, and the structure looks very nice. Right, it didn't end up leading to the biggest of moves, right? You came back down, same thing, kind of rejected it, and then you got to move up. Right, so we do need something where we got to have some kind of, you know, some kind of move, and then we come down and then go. It'd really be nice to actually use this as support and then go. But You can't get everything you want. I mean, this you support way up top here, but this concept, it's not new. We've been talking about this needing some sort of setup for a while. You had your setup through here on your RSI at least, right? Through here, you had your setup through here. You came up, right? Ran up. You kind of just drizzled down and went, right? But your RSI, right? You got above this, and you're building some strength. So do I think that that's going to happen now? I don't actually, because a lot more people are aware of crypto. A lot more people are waiting for alt season, right? I don't think they're going to give people a second chance. I think, like I've been saying, I think it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. I think this next move, I mean, theoretically, right, this actually is still intact. I know it. That's still intact. XRP's 1-2 setup is still intact and alive. All right. I mean, let's see. Like, what are some price points that we can get to from this level? Just from this level. I mean, 357. That 1618's at 307. We've been talking about 307 for a while. I mean, imagine if XRP just started to run up like crazy, right? Past the 1618, right? Your 1-2, like this thing got up to your 2618, 357. I mean, that would be an incredible move to set up, right? 1, 2, 3, and you come back down and then you go. I mean, the last couple of times it got up to the 4272 on the third wave. I mean, it really could. Theoretically, you could come up through here and then come up to that 440 mark, really trip people out and be like, wow, we're at $4, just like that. And then you come back down, people are saying it's over, and then you go get up one more. That $6 to $8 range, possibly, right? Possibly we have that. We have that on here. All right, and that'll just be the first wave, right? You got to have 5 waves up, right? So you got something like this, right? Where you got, you have, your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, and you oscillate down, right? And you come up again, right? 1, 2, 3. I don't know exactly what it is, but you got your 5 waves, right? I mean, if you really want it, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's 5 waves in every move, right? So there's 5 waves in here. There's 5 waves in here. Okay. But you still got up, right? You still got way up. I mean, on this third wave was crazy. This third wave was crazy. All right, off the 1-2 setup. All right, that is a pretty long 1-2, but we'll use it. And it's not going to be even close, dude. It's not even close. I mean, not even close. Not even close, right? If you want to use, I mean, this 1-2 setup through here. I mean, if you do want to use something like that, I don't think that's the 1-2 setup, but, make people happy, I guess, right? On the larger 1-2 setup, you still got above your 2618. You still got above it. On the third wave, you got to your 2272. So I mean, right, if this isn't even your 1-2 setup, if this is just your 1-2 and then you get another 1-2, right? The 4272 is not even. It's you're looking at prices way above it. All right, what do I got? What do we got on the week? Maybe it's on the daily. Is it on the daily? Did I use a different chart? Maybe it's on the monthly. No. Oh, because it was on the Binance chart, so I got to redo that. Okay. So I'll redo that next time because we're already running. The video's already been kind of long, but I'll redo the price targets. But it was the $6 to $8, possibly $10 range for XRP. Possibly, like it's just very low probability of it. Very low. In terms of the Bitcoin dominance, right? This is the nugget that you've been waiting for. We've been tracking for a long time on the channel, right? Bitcoin dominance is kind of tanking right now. A lot of people aren't talking about it. It is tanking. This is a bearish candle. That's as bearish as you can get. This thing is tanking, and what do we got? We got the 20 crossing below the 50. We got the 20 crossing below the 50. The last two times this happened, all right, the last two times this happened was right before alt season. Right before alt season, right? You had this move right through here. All right, but I think it's more so, if I'm being honest, right, it's not just my bias, I think it's more so, you know, it more so looks like this. Right, unless everything's gonna go crazy starting next week. Right, I just think, you know, Bitcoin is gonna rally a little bit. I think, you know, that doesn't mean altcoins aren't gonna go crazy, but I just think Bitcoin's gonna move up, and if Bitcoin moves up, so does Bitcoin dominance. So I'm just expecting, like, you know, the move down, then kind of a move up, right? So maybe move down for a week or two, maybe next week move down, then come back up and retest, and then go down. It'd be better long term, right? Short term, you know, instant gratification is this scenario where you cross and then you just go down, right? It's about 12%, 10% or something like that. I can't remember. 10%, right? Or you just go sideways, right? You cross right here, right? The week of the cross, so that'd be this week. So 1, 2, 3 weeks. Really 2 weeks, right? Because it'd be next week would be this week, then the week after that would be the rejection week. All right, so the confirmation would be on the 24th, like we marked. All right, so maybe, right, just maybe you come down, right, close down one more, right? So, you know, you close down just a little bit more down through here, you come up, reject, and then go. Right, that would just coincide with Bitcoin moving, right? That's all that means. Okay. In terms of, you know, stablecoin dominance is doing stablecoin dominance things. Yeah, you can see it. It's breaking out. It's been broken out. I have this fractal here from the last move over in let me get this kind of smaller. Right through here. Right through here. So, right, so you have, let me get this, let me pull this over just like this, right, not to a T, but pretty close, I mean, it was a little bit, I mean, it's pretty close, right, it's pretty close, a little bit more of an upside move, right, this obviously is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, but I mean, it's pretty close, right, it's pretty close. All right, you got your three-wave move to the downside. You got your three-wave move. And then you got like 5 waves up. Right, you got like 5 waves up. Maybe we continue and go up for one more week. You know, possibly, maybe. But I do think this thing is running a little bit out of steam. And I'll give you some reasons why, right? So, right, if we keep pushing up, and this RSI lags behind, you're going to have bearish divergence on the weekly. I mean, this thing has to go up. It's at 811. If it goes up to, you know, a close, if it closes above 831, close above 831 and stay below this line through there. Right, 68.77, you stay below there, you reject it. Then you're looking at bearish divergence on the weekly, right? Bearish divergence on the weekly. You have come in contact with your, you know, your 100 on the stochastic, on the Fu Manchu. Right, the last time, yeah, you did move up for foreseeable future. You moved up for the next 4 weeks. So there's mixed signals, right? There's definitely some mixed signals. Through here, you didn't actually touch it, right? You tried to. Up here, like, it's just, you know, through here, you had bounces, right? You bounce. And then, where is it? Through right here, it's just one touch, right? You touched it. The next week, you stayed up there, then you crashed. So there's a lot of instances where you come up and then you kind of stay up there for a little bit, and there's some instances where you just come up and you reject, right? Come up, reject, come up, reject. So that's kind of a 50-50. That's kind of a crapshoot. Not really, not really something that you're looking for in terms of, certainty. But I mean, what is actually certain? You are breaking out of this pattern. Not great. Hopefully, you come back down, or you just finish off and you clear that bearish divergence. You do have, I mean, this thing looks like, look at all this momentum. This is turning red, so it's looking like it's building bearish momentum. But overall, right, it's pointed up. It looks bullish. It looks bullish. As long as we can close down below, through on the RSI, if we can close down below, what is it? Because we already have bearish divergence, so we just need to close below 71.82, right, on the daily, right? Maybe come up right to the overbought zone and reject. That'd be beautiful. But until we close, right? I've been saying this for a minute. This thing is so resilient, it will not die until you close below the moving average and reject the moving average. Price is going to keep going up. It's just going to keep going up until you get something like this, right? It's resilient, right? It just won't die. It'll keep going right down. It'll go below the moving average. Sure, we saw that. Went down below, but right back up. Went down below, right back up. It bounced off, right? Went down below, right back up. Below, right back up. It's just been doing that. Below, right back up. Below, right back up. This whole time. So getting below the moving average no longer is like a go-to, like, okay, we're going to go lower just because it got below the moving average. No. You have to get down below and then reject. So in regards to everything else, just managing trades, figuring out what we're going to do. If you're interested in the Bitcoin video, check that out. I covered Bitcoin. So if you like today's video, please hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Trying to get to 500 subs by January 1st. It's kind of a goal. So if you could sub, if you're not subbed, that would be greatly appreciated. As always, I thank you for your time and I thank you for stopping by. Take it easy. Peace.